Yeah, I know you.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Four Guys and a Mic. All right, I am your boy Justin, and I'm gonna do it differently this week. So we got. Who am I gonna start with? I'm gonna start with you. We got Mr. Brian, aka Mark Henry.
Whoa! Somebody going him up, beat him up, break his neck.
What's up, y'all?
We got Silver, aka for some reason he calls himself Morris Chestnut, but whatever. Whatever.
He said Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut.
We are twins. So.
Hey, just cook them in the comments.
All right, and this one I found this out not too long ago. We got Josh, aka Low Key Montel Fish.
Oh, you're annoying. You're so annoying.
Chill out.
No,
This doesn't look like Josh.
Yeah, both have the same personalities too.
I was like, this is Josh. Nah, I was like, that's you, bro.
Josh, aka Famous J, back in the day. You already know, Squad.
Look him up on YouTube with
All right, cool. So we're gonna get started with our first segment of each episode, and it is what did I peep? And so a lot of stuff happens during the week, and we just like to go back to think about what we went through, what we saw during the week, and just talk about something that we thought was interesting. And so I'm gonna hand it off to Josh. Josh, what did you peep this week?
Honestly, bruh, I be peeping stuff, bruh. Like, my peep game's strong, bruh. And that's the thing, bruh. Like, what I peeped this week is that, like, TikTok is ending. Like, and if you're aware of what TikTok is, like, TikTok is a video, it's like Vine, you know, this generation's Vine, and it's actually pretty good, you know. So you didn't get it yet, you know. The last date to get that joint was, I think, like last week. So you can't download that joint anymore.
For real?
Yeah, bro.
That joint now on the App Store.
Are you sure?
You can try it. Try it now.
Really?
That's what they claim. You can't.
Honestly, I don't even care about
I didn't
TikTok.
know that.
I'm sure.
And they said.
Look it up.
And they said. The TikTok is officially ending in November.
So like it's gonna be completely like gone.
It's gone.
Dang, y'all thought y'all had something good, but now
can't,
it's taken away from y'all.
You can try that joint.
Let me try.
Try that joint.
That's crazy.
Bruh,
But what was the reason you said?
Bro, this joint's still on here, bro.
Yeah, it's still here. But
So that's what I heard. You know, from the grapevine.
I say it could be.
Nah, they got articles in this joint, bro. Like.
Anyway. So you said, what was the reason? Because you told me.
So the reason they said is because so TikTok has been in this battle against Donald Trump for like a couple of months, I believe, and it was about like getting information from the users, and because TikTok is partnering with someone with a company in China, Donald Trump is assuming that they're giving information to China basically. So he's like, I'm not going like that. I'm shutting this down, and that's what happened.
Okay.
So, you know, Donald Trump don't play games, bro.
I mean, but TikTok is hot though. I mean, probably not amongst us, but amongst a lot of like I know my students, they love it. They love TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's lit, bro.
But yeah, that's crazy. I had no clue. Some of them even consider TikTok better than Instagram, to be honest.
I think it's more entertaining than Instagram, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
It's because people all do all those dances and I don't care for TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said the last episode, I'm a very young old man, so I don't really. If it does, it does. It goes away. I mean, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed a tear. I'm not gonna pour a bottle. Look out for it. It's
Gotta do it for the homies, bro.
Nah, I don't care about it.
But yeah, that's basically it, man. Like, it's just crazy, like, how easily things can come and go, you know. So.
Yeah, we can still get it because mine is downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still gonna delete it because I don't need it. But
I mean, you might as well keep that drink.
no, I know. I actually thought about it because of my students, but I was like, no.
To relate to them?
Yeah, but I was like, I can't. All right, cool. So that is what we peep, and so we are gonna get into the main topic today. All right, and so there's a lot of things in life that we think. There's a lot of things in life that a lot of people think are overrated, and so Maybe you can think of some things right now. And so we're going to actually talk about that, as you can see from the title. And we're all going to mention one thing that we think is overrated. We are probably going to go in on each other. And just to let you guys know, I'm probably gonna get the most heat, but you'll hear that. You'll hear that. But anyway, we're gonna talk about something that we think is overrated, why we think is overrated, and yeah, we're just gonna have a convo about it. So to start it off, Josh, what is your overrated thing?
So I just want to preface this because I know I'm gonna get punished, and I know I'm gonna get that heat from the comment section.
Not as much as me.
Not as much. But I'm gonna say this at first. You know, I'm a huge superhero fan. You know, I've grown up with superheroes, but there's a trend going on right now, and I don't like it. And I think that the booming of superhero movies is becoming overrated. And I say this because like superhero movies are great. Superhero movies are great.
Jeez.
But and a huge but, they do not deserve the hype that they're getting right now. I don't think they deserve that.
Why not?
I just don't think they deserve that. The fact that people and I was reading this article maybe like a month ago. The article was like people are no longer going to movies or seeing movies based off the talent of the actor, but they're saying it because it's a superhero movie, and I think that's lowering the standard of movies.
Hold on. What franchise?
What do you mean?
What franchise? If he's talking about DC,
yeah, DC.
No one cares about DC.
Okay,
Marvel,
DC, but not.
But even believe it or not, DC is actually getting. They're not getting the same recognitions of Marvel as, you know, everyone knows. But people are like going after their movies as well.
DC?
Yeah.
Birds of a Prey didn't do nothing in the box office. Suicide. What? Name me the last DC good superhero movie.
Yeah, I think
name
we want you to name drop.
Man.
I was gonna give you a chance to explain yourself, but nah, you gotta just start name dropping.
Nah, speak a piece, bro.
No, name drop. Name drop the ones that are overrated.
Okay, so I think
even the joints that suck, we can still say that they're good. But anyway, go ahead.
They're decent. Like, okay, so you have of course Marvel. You have like
Ant-Man.
Infinity Wars. Infinity Wars. You had Endgame. Great movies. But I think after that you had movies. This is one movie. I think it was called like Colorful or something like that. It's on Apple TV. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a decent movie.
What is that? What is Colorful?
Bro, your name is random.
No, I think that's my point. I think because we've seen great superhero movies, people are trying to oversaturate the market in superhero movies.
Do you understand that there's been I don't know how many Spider-Man different Spider-Man and it's still popping?
But that's the thing.
Giving another Batman and people still looking forward to it.
And that's the thing.
Now, once again,
they should be doing that.
No.
They should not be doing that.
Once again, what franchise we're talking about? The last DC has not been relevant since the Batman the second Dark Knight. Suicide Squad garbage.
Birds of Prey was actually a good movie. And it may not hit box office.
They messed up Batman vs Superman. They messed it up.
Yeah, they did punish.
You know what's crazy? You're saying it's overrated, but I'm pretty sure you went to go watch every single superhero movie.
I mean, because I'm just a superhero fan, but I think it's becoming overrated because people are thinking that because it's a superhero movie, it's going to be great, and that's not true. It's just not true.
So you don't watch it because you have an expectancy of it being great?
No, I watch it because I have a history in comic books and I want to see what they're going to do. That's my expectation.
So what makes it overrated?
I think it's overrated
if it's
because
based off comic books.
I think
comic books are great. Are they overrated? Are comic books?
No, they're not overrated. But
so if comic books are not overrated, how are superhero movies overrated?
Because you see a more groups flock over to superhero movies than they do comics. That's just facts. And in the group that's flocking to superhero movies, they're not doing it based off the talent or the the expected greatness of a movie. A lot of them are just doing it because of the superhero movie.
Wait, hold on,
What?
hold on.
I mean, that's
Wait, Josh, you mentioned a few. I think it deserves the rating that it's getting because if we think about the joints back in the day, Spider-Man,
yeah, it was
the
good.
X-Men movies,
They're good.
what other Marvel movies were there as well?
But
the Avengers movies,
I think you're
Iron Man movies.
I think you're missing the smaller superhero movies though.
Like what?
I'm encompassing superhero movies
Like
as
what?
all. Like
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't even know the names of them.
Name. Okay, so
They're-
with it being overrated, name one superhero movie. You're saying in general that they're overrated. Name one that's overrated that didn't have a good comic.
When I say overrated, I'm not saying there aren't good superhero movies or they're not great superhero movies. I think that the genre of superhero, like the genre of like superhero movies, not action, but like superhero movies as a whole, I think the people are thinking too highly of them. They're not putting like it's like, for example, it's like if you go to a comedy movie with if you're looking for a comedy movie with what's that guy's name? Short dark
Kevin
skin guy.
Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay, I'm going for the I have it's going to be funny because it has Kevin Hart in it. It's going to be funny because of Kevin Hart. You have a whole group of people where they're not even like they're not looking at it as this is the talent. They're looking at it as, oh, this is the superhero movie, so it's got to be good. It's got to be great.
That's
But that's not true. Just because it's a superhero movie doesn't mean it's going to be good. Like all DC movies.
You treat it like a movie. A lot of movies come from adaptations. If I see the trailer and I'm like, man, this is gonna probably not necessarily it's gonna be a good movie just because it's a superhero movie, but I'm wanting it to be good, and it seems like it's gonna be good like any other movie.
I don't think
And they end up being
though.
good.
No.
That's the crazy
No.
part. The majority of them end
Are
up actually being
being
good,
good.
except for
Captain Marvel.
except for like a whole DC,
Yeah, exactly.
except for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was decent, but
Even before the whole Disney start taking this launch on all these great movies, we did you can agree or disagree, like I'll love to hear your thoughts on this, but is this true that when you went to a movie theater or you went to see a movie, you looked at the talent there? Is that true?
I mean,
Or did you just like, oh, it's a mystery, so I'm gonna love mysteries? Are you gonna do that?
so you're saying like in terms of like the prestige of the actors?
Yes. Like,
every movie doesn't have like a very prestigious actor. There are good movies with non-prestigious actors, and because of their role in the movie, they became prestigious. Like Tom Holland. Who was Tom Holland before he came up with the first Spider-Man?
But did you watch the movie for Tom Holland?
Now people want to watch it for Spider-Man, but as well as for Tom Holland, because there are certain aspects that they know that they're not gonna, I guess, take all from the comic.
did you watch Spider-Man based off Tom Holland?
No,
Because Tom Holland wasn't introduced until Civil War.
So
I'm saying you didn't like before you.
But that's the beginning of the movie. What are you talking about?
We didn't used to come to before. We used to come to movie theaters with an expectation of these are the actors that I'm looking for because I already know their talent. You don't do that with you didn't do that with.
You don't do that with any movie.
Yes, you do.
Except for if the actor is prestigious. If Samuel Jackson's in a movie, then doesn't that make an actor, a lot of known actors, overrated? Because most people expect the movie's gonna be good just because they have a prestigious actor. If The Rock is in a movie and we know The Rock actually is a good actor, does that mean every movie The Rock is in is a good movie?
You expect that though, only because the history that he's proven.
Is every movie Samuel Jackson's in is a good movie? Is every movie Will Smith in is a good movie?
But
is every movie that name a good actor?
But you expect that
we're gonna want to watch it because of them.
Exactly. We don't do that.
What are you talking about? It's the same concept. I'm gonna watch an adaptation of something that's popular in pop culture, culture, like comics.
Yeah, I just think that it's a wave that's like an unnecessary wave, in my opinion. For someone who's who's been on superhero movies for years.
All right, bro. You're gonna go keep watching superhero movies. So.
Yeah, that's true. But
you're still gonna give him 5 stars.
So
That's the.
I kind of want to bring it back to what Brian said earlier. So he said that majority of these superhero movies, when you do actually consider them to watch them, majority, I'll say a lot of them.
Based off what? Because when you say a lot of them, you're I guarantee you're just looking at Disney.
Not just Disney.
Because there's a lot of superhero movies.
Yeah, exactly.
On Netflix, there's a lot of superhero movies. On Hulu, there's a lot of movies that don't even get to the theaters, but yet they're being produced on Apple TV. Like, there's a lot of superhero movies that people like. You're not, when you say superhero movies, you're not just looking at Disney. That's just one.
The main superheroes that have been coming out in the past like 5, even 10 years.
But there's other movies that's been doing the same thing though. Deadshot just came out recently.
So what about Deadshot? So why do people watch Deadshot?
Right.
Because it's a superhero movie. That's what I'm saying. Like, people,
you don't think it's gonna be entertaining? Why did they watch the second one?
I watched Deadshot because I knew who Deadshot
was.
was.
Interesting.
No, I saw
because
Deadshot
it was entertaining. It was comedy. That's why they watched it.
They watched it because they're like, oh, it's a comic book movie.
They watched Infinity. They watched Endgame because of the storyline, not because of the superhero.
No.
They like the characters.
How do you know the storyline if you haven't been? There's a lot of people that haven't even seen
every Marvel movie character that did well. Everybody likes every single character. Everyone loves Black Panther. Everyone loves Captain America. Everyone loves Iron Man. Everyone loves the Hulk. Everyone loves Hawkeye. Well, he's not their favorite, but people like every single Avenger. Name an Avenger, people are like, he sucks. Like they suck. You won't hear that.
Possibly Age of Ultron.
You gonna hear some of that? I'm just saying, bro. Like yeah.
And you paid your money, and they got your money.
No, that's different though.
Because you love them.
No, I do, and I'm just saying that from someone, like I said before, like, I love superhero movies, and my intentions are different from some people who may see superhero movies. I know the people when I'm watching. I know what I'm watching. Some people, I'm not gonna say all people. Some people just watch it because it's just, oh, this is popping now. This is the wave. And it's like, bro, you don't even know what you're watching. You don't know why the person produced the movie.
What if
you just?
I'm gonna say this last thing.
Go ahead.
And superhero movies, it caters to everybody. People who are general action and adventure. General action and adventure movie watchers. People who like comics. Little kids. It caters to, and even people who kind of to a degree like. What do you mean not intentionally?
They don't do that.
When you make a good movie, you make a good movie.
But
you're aiming
at certain people.
I actually like it. When I watched Iron Man, I didn't watch it because I thought it was superhero. I watched it because the trailer looked good. And Iron Man was what kicked off a lot of these superhero movies, making them more popular. So we're going to say Iron Man, when it first came out, when some of us didn't know nothing about comics, were attracted to the type of movie it was. Even when it's not a superhero movie, if the movie looks attractive in some way, whether it's a drama, comedy, action, adventure. Hancock. Look at Hancock with Will Smith. How many people went to go watch that joint?
A lot of people.
Yeah, because it looked cool on the trailer. Yeah. Now, was it that great?
No.
I liked it.
No.
Yeah. In the moment, it was kind of cool, but it's not the best.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, y'all gave good points.
You took your L. It's okay.
Nah, it's not an L, bro.
Hey, give him an L in the comments, y'all. No. If y'all can comment, give him an L in the comments.
Nah,
like, just spam the L.
I won't count this as an L, bro. It's just different. I think it's just, I just don't like the wave, bro. That's all I'm saying. I think the wave is overhyped. I just think it's overhyped.
Oh, overrated? Is it
overrated? Overrated. I think people just esteem it too high. Like, it's like, you're just saying it because, I mean, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Okay. Cool.
If every single one of those top movies weren't movie of the year or top 5, then you could say that. But they were. So.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So Brian, what you think? So I think yours is good.
Come on, bro.
What I think is overrated, honestly, is Jordans.
Why, bro?
The Jordans are overrated, bro.
How?
I think, to be honest, bro, like, I'm not gonna say So I think Jordans is just it's one of those products that the name carries them far. Michael Jordan, everybody knows Michael Jordan, 6 rings. People, people love Michael Jordan. And Jordans are great shoes. They're great shoes, but they're overrated. Um, just look at, for example, like when the Concords came out, Concord 11s. People were dying for Concord 11s. And the Concord 11s, they're good looking shoes. 11s are one of the better Jordans, but they're not that great for you to be dying over.
You must not saw that.
To be dying over? No. Like, the thing about Jordans, what made it crazy is that once everybody got a pair of Jordans, you stopped caring about them just because you realized, yeah, of course, when everybody popularizes things, but like, they were overrated because everybody, like the Concord, the Bread 11s. How many people did you see stand in line to get those, lose their life and get trampled over because of them, and everybody wearing them? Did you like them anymore?
Yes.
No, you didn't. I would see them on people's feet, and I'd be like, I don't even want them joints no more.
No. Brian, your aspect of saying that this overrated because people are down for it, no piece of clothing is worth dying for. But if he wants to make it overrated, it's the overratedness of it that makes people die. They're dying because they're overrated. But if we just talking about just how the shoe looks,
it looks good.
It looks good. Let me tell you how. Let
me tell you why it's also overrated. A lot of Jordans get resold. They're a lot of retros. Yeah. Most of these Jordans have been released before.
Okay.
So you can purchase them at another time. So these been coming out for decades, and people are still willing to go to those extremes for a shoe that actually already released, just because it hasn't released in the past couple years. And number two, they're not that comfortable. Number 3, people who really ball don't even like wearing Jordans to ball in. Ask people who actually ball. They don't wear Jordans.
Because it's fashion.
No.
It's fashion.
It's not comfortable. They're basketball shoes.
But it's for fashion. It's like wearing a jacket.
Jordans are designer. We make them designer. And we exalt them more than designers.
Hold on. When people really hoop, they don't really hoop in like special shoes. They get like some regular Nike.
Exactly.
They don't hoop.
Cheap joints. That's not cheap joints. That's not true. I can name you multiple basketball players. Basketball shoes. KDs. People will buy KDs to hoop in them. Kobe's. They will buy Kobe's to hoop in them. They will buy Kyrie's to hoop in them. Kyrie's are one of the best shoes to hoop in.
They're not buying fresh Kyrie's and Kobe's out the store.
And I guarantee you,
they're buying. Some people buy for fashion, but a lot of people do buy all those joints for a lot.
And I guarantee you that
for ball to hooping. You telling me as a middle class worker, I'm about to spend about $150 on some shoes.
See, if you're serious about hooping, you're gonna get your good hooping shoes. Yes, you are.
If I'm on a team, yes, maybe.
If you're on a team, if you're on a basketball team, or high school, college, you're getting good hooping shoes. Because if you don't, you're not gonna be hooping in no beat up 11s. You're not. You're not gonna be hooping in beat up shoes from Champion. Like, you're not doing that. No one does that.
You know another reason why they don't hoop in them? Because they're expensive. Exactly. Why would I spend $300 on some Jordans and I crushed them?
Jordans are actually $180, $190.
No.
Why do they treat them like?
Retros? The least you'll find for retros.
You know what's funny about Jordans? There's nothing in the realm of Jordans other than the fact that it's Michael Jordan and that some of the colorways are great looking colorways.
The sneakers,
they're iconic, yes, but you're not gonna tell me they're not overrated.
The sneakers is a great shoe, bro.
They're better than a lot of other shoes.
The sneakers are a great shoe.
They deserve that much. Look. When I grew up, there were a multitude of Nikes that I thought looked better than a lot of pairs of Jordans.
Which? I was just about to ask you which shoes would you put over Jordans?
A lot of different Nikes.
Like what?
Nikes?
Like what?
Not every Jordan. Some Jordans look good, but like.
Let's stop at 13 because
after 13 is gone.
I can agree with that one.
It's not to say that Jordans are bad. They're not. I have Jordans, but they're overrated.
You can wear some Jordans. You can wear some Jordans with a suit and
get
away with it.
Which shoe do you think deserves its rating? Well, let's see if that
deserves its rating.
Yeah. Let's see if that actually compares.
Do you think Nike compares?
Some Jordans do deserve their rating. 11s are great Jordans.
Okay.
Bread 11s and Concords are my prime examples.
Okay.
Though the level of unrest and the level of lengths that people will go to cop when those came out, You're not gonna tell me that's not overrated.
It's
because the shoes look good, but there are comparable shoes and Nikes that would look just as good or even better looking, and people would say that. Even if you're a sneakerhead, there have been shoes in history over the past 2 decades that look better than some Jordans, but people won't die over those Nikes. They'll die over them Jordans. Why? Because people put so much of a high value on them, and people will get them because they feel like they look better with them on, but there are other shoes to wear that actually look better on your feet than some Bread 11s. Bread 11s look good, but you're not going to tell me Bread 11s look better. What shoe do you know compares to the level of hype that a Bread 11s have?
Do you know
But no other shoes.
Do you know that ESPN just did a ranking on the top 10 basketball sneakers, and the number 11s were number 1?
Of course, because it's Jordan.
It doesn't matter if it's Jordan. It doesn't matter if it's Jordan.
It's overrated.
Look at it.
Look. This is my question with all of y'all. When the Bread 11s came and people wore them, because I know y'all didn't go to get them because it would have been crazy to get them. When everyone had them on their feet, and you looked at the plethora of shoes that came out that year, you're going to tell me the Bread 11s, for what people had to go through just to get them and for everyone to copy to copy each other, you're not going to say there aren't other shoes that came out that look better than Bread 11s?
Not a lot.
I'm pretty sure there are shoes that you see them. You just didn't think about it because the prestige of Jordans.
Brian, your joint is the whole like the extreme that people go. That's
the extreme. That's what makes it overrated.
I feel like
it doesn't deserve that much.
But I feel like that's with every designer thing. It's because of the name.
It's Jordan's designer though. Jordans aren't designer. Jordans are just basketball shoes from a very famous and prestigious basketball player.
I feel like that's
with a lot of different shoes.
That's what everything that comes with everything that has a big name. That any brand that has a big name, because if you're gonna go to that extent, that means anything that people would die for would be overrated. And
there are a lot of things that are overrated. Beats by Dre are overrated. He has a big name,
but I guarantee you, even without the name of Jordan, those shoes
are overrated.
Those shoes still be popular.
They have nice Yeezys. They're great Yeezys.
Brian,
but there are some Yeezys that don't look good.
Your argument as far as the number 11s being overrated is coming from more of like it was too much saturated. Like too many people had them on their feet.
Too many people had them on their feet. People were dying over them, and they made it seem like it was the best shoe that you could possibly get.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best tennis shoes. One of the best.
It's great. It's a good tennis shoe. But 11s without Jordan's name on it,
they would still be lit.
They would not be the response. Nikes, there were other Jordan. There were other Nikes. There were Nikes that I looked at and I was like, these actually look better than the Bread 11s.
Some Nikes are still.
Is that not true?
Some Nikes are still popular.
Go talk to sneakerheads. Sneakerheads who have Jordans, have been buying Jordans, they'll tell you there are other shoes that they prefer more than their Jordans.
But they will still get them
because Jordans. They'll be like, they'll get it just because of name. It's the name. It's a thing to do.
Not the name,
it's a thing to get Jordans. If you're a sneakerhead, you're gonna get Jordan. It doesn't make sense to not get Jordan. It's just like it doesn't make sense to not get Jordan, to get some Nikes, to get some popular Adidas, to get maybe some Chucks in your joint, to get some I don't know, some Air Maxes. Like there are certain shoes, if you're a sneakerhead, you're gonna have. Yeezys. If you're a sneakerhead, you're gonna have Yeezys. It's a thing to have.
I want to ask you this question: Would you get a Jordan over the number 13?
Huh?
Would you get a Jordan over?
Would I get Jordans 13? over 13s?
Yeah.
The 14s, yeah.
Oh
what?
Well, I like the 14s. 14s.
I have the 14s.
Okay, over the 14s. Over the 14s.
Okay.
Or better
nowadays,
question.
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't spend money on Jordans. I wouldn't spend money on none of the Jordans. But they're 14.
But they're Jordans.
Yeah, but there are a lot of Jordans that are sold more than the ones above 14.
But they're Jordans though.
The ones that are popular
you just
are
said
overrated.
Sneakerheads get Jordans because of the prestige of Jordan. But
it's not like people don't get the other Jordans. It's just that there are more popular Jordans.
You're not going to see a lot of people buying Jordans over 14. You're just not.
So what does that have to do with it not being overrated?
It's not about the prestige of the Jordans. It's because they look that good.
Let me ask you something. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? What you're saying? All the Jordans over 14 have less resold or retro versions of those shoes, of those Jordans, than the ones lower. There are more retro versions of the 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, 7s, and 8s. Because they came out earlier. Those are the ones that came out later. The ones that keep getting re-released and have multiple re-releases, a lot of them are overhyped. It's not like they're ugly looking shoes. They're not their bad shoes.
Because they're great.
But they're not that great.
They're great looking
They're really
shoes.
not that
They're
great.
looking
And they
shoes.
don't look that. They don't look that good looking.
They're great looking shoes.
Huh?
They're great looking. 1 through 13 are classic.
Are so good.
Are classic. Anything after that, garbage. But 1 through 13,
Y'all.
People are not getting Jordans because the
no
Jordans.
one's getting the 15s.
There are other shoes that look better than Jordans.
But it isn't.
You can find a pair of shoes that look better than pretty much all Jordans.
But it is no. That's not true.
That's very true.
That's not
better
true.
no.
Yes, they
Better
do.
than Jordans.
Y'all. See, that's the thing.
no.
See, that's the thing about being Jordans being overrated. Some people can't grasp that there are actually shoes that look better than Jordans.
No, I can't grasp that.
People know that. People will acknowledge that. If they see a pair of Jordans with the same colorway on another shoe, sometimes they'll be like, "Low-key, these shoes look better than these Jordans."
You think there are a lot of shoes? There are a plethora of shoes that people.
There are a plethora. Nike came out with a lot of shoes. Nikes came out with a lot of shoes, and the fabric on Jordans has nothing special to it other than the name. They're not made special.
They are made special.
No, they're not made special.
They're
not made special.
Every time they come back out,
they made special.
They actually
just have
change
colors.
things. They actually change things.
They change certain things, but that doesn't necessarily make them special. It's just
there's
fabric
generations.
changes.
There's generations. That when people are buying retros and they buy it like a specific when it specifically comes out and they see a change, they want it because it's the specific how it looks. You know what I'm saying? They may not get it the next time it comes out because they may not like it.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. There were Jordans that I got. Not that I didn't like them. Not that they didn't look good, but I mainly got them because when you wore a fit, when you were considered cool, when you crack hard, fresh, bust down, whatever you want to call it. Years ago, everyone who's hearing my voice can admit that if you wore Jordans, at some point people will call you these things just because you're wearing certain Jordans. Even some Jordans that weren't even the best looking ones. Just because you're wearing 1 through 14, they look good, even though there are some Jordans, even within that number range, colorways don't even look that good. There are some that look really good because of the way they're designed with the colorway. That's with any shoe. But we're not going to treat Jordans like they're like so much greater than every other shoe out there when there are a multitude of Nikes that design-wise look more sophisticated and better, and fabric-wise are cultivated in a more professional, better way. Jordans aren't crafted that nicely. They're not amazingly crafted. You can wear them. They're super soft. People are uncomfortable in Jordans. They don't ball in Jordans because they're not balling. You barely can ball in them joints.
Galaxy joints, bro.
Now, once again,
that's all it is.
No, I mean, I agree with you on some aspects as far as like it's not worth dying over. But as far as Nikes, once again, me personally, I do think some LeBrons are better than Jordans. Even I think LeBron's a better basketball player. Different story. Different. No, some LeBrons are like the 15s. Yeah, some of them. The 15s are
but
great.
You wouldn't dive with a LeBron.
I wouldn't dive with no shoe.
That's the thing.
See, you can wear LeBrons. You can wear LeBrons, but nobody gonna be like, "Oh, you're fresh. You crack hard."
If you have some
no. Why do I need other people's opinion?
That's what I'm saying. It's overrated because people would even buy it because they know they're gonna get accolades from other people. There was a certain point in time, if you wore certain Jordans because it was the thing to get, who didn't get the Bread 11s because they knew everyone liked the Bread 11s?
Bro,
people like the Bread 11s, but you know that it was a culture thing to get them. But when people got them, when I saw the Bread 11s on everyone's feet, I started thinking like, I like these joints, but then like the fact that everyone has to get them, like they're not that great. They're really not that great. There was other shoes out there that were better looking than them joints with the same exact colorway.
Okay,
I can't say them right now, but there are a lot of Nikes.
Over the years. I really want to hear what these shoes are.
There's a lot of shoes that look good.
Better name me some.
Like what? That's what I'm saying.
Y'all really want to get into shoes, bro? Like, oh my gosh.
Give me 5. For the sake of time.
There were. I'll say this, bro.
Give you a final.
I'm gonna say a couple shoes. These aren't like the best shoes ever, but like I've seen certain shoes within these. Like there were times where I've seen certain Air Maxes look better than certain Jordans.
That's fine.
I've seen certain what's it called? I've seen certain I don't know, pennies, some half cents, like I've seen some of those look better than Jordans. I've seen certain
Maybe the pennies?
A few.
Yeah.
Now, once again, you saying how many shoes does Penny Hardaway have?
Bruh.
No, because you saying, of course, some. Is this the way I
Well,
think?
I'm talking about shoe for shoe, like.
This is what I think. Some
There are a lot
LeBrons. This is why I think some LeBrons are better than Jordans.
Wow.
But the whole, the whole thing as a whole collection, no.
The whole Jordan collection is a good collection.
Great.
Okay,
But we're talking
collection.
But we're talking about individuals because as a whole, they're overrated because each Jordan is held to like most of the Jordans are the value of them, even though some people prefer some over the other. In general, the value of them are pretty much the same to a certain degree, especially the popular ones. They're held to a high degree. And it's not necessarily just because they look that great.
So last thing. So you think that certain Jordans are overrated, but not the whole
Jordan
collection
brand is overrated.
itself? The whole brand is overrated.
It's overrated.
Okay.
It's overrated.
Okay, cool.
Because there are certain shoes in that joint that people overrate. Like they make it like it's God's created shoe. Like when you walk in these joints, bruh, like you're holier than thou. Like you're going to heaven immediately. Like that's how people treat Jordans.
If you say
Jordans are not that great compared to other shoes. Other basketball shoes are better useful at basketball than Jordans. When it comes to design, there are a lot of Nikes that have been created that look design-wise better than Jordans. Certain shoes, in terms of the craftsmanship of the shoe, they're created with better material than Jordans. Okay. But then none of them are esteemed as high as Jordans. Okay. Is that not true?
I mean,
there are shoes like that in the realm.
I mean, you didn't really mention which shoes, but okay.
I was starting, but you're okay, I'm gonna let you go on.
Okay. So Silver, what's your overrated thing?
Chick-fil-A is overrated.
Why?
That's next episode.
Okay, let's save that for the next joint. All right, and so wait, what? Just turn that joint off. So we're actually gonna stop here, and if you want to hear why Silver thinks for some odd reason Chick-fil-A is overrated, and if you want to hear what I'm gonna be slated for, definitely listen to the part 2 of this episode. And I hope you guys liked it. One last thing, I do want to thank everyone that listened and reviewed our podcast. Definitely continue to do that. Share with others, subscribe, and we'll be back with part 2.
Deuces.